Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another watercolor dye method tutorial. I'll be showing you guys today how I got this really pretty Barbie pink. Today's video is sponsored by RPGHair. They sent me this Brazilian unit. So this is a 18-inch 613 glueless full lace wig. The texture of this unit is a silky straight texture, and I was super shocked that it's like holding my curls so well. It's super bouncy. A lot of times when I get straight units and I put curls in them, it doesn't hold really well, but I curled this about maybe 2 or 3 hours ago and the curls still look really bouncy and they have a really nice shape and form to them. So I'm super pleased with the quality of this hair. So as far as like the accessories that they sent over with the wig, this is what their box looks like. So it's the holiday box, and inside of the box they have this little pouch with RPGHair on it, and inside they have some bobby pins, wig cap, elastic band, a rat tail comb, 2 clips, and then a few hair ties. And they also threw in this wig stand right here. If you guys are interested in checking out this unit from RPGHair, I will have all the links that you need to shop down below. Now, if you guys are ready to see how I achieved this beautiful Barbie pink using the watercolor hair dye method, then just keep watching. So the hair colors that I'm using today are by the brand Adore. I'm using 142 pink blush and 192 pink petal, and here is what the unit looked like before I did the watercolor method. So it was this really nice 613. It really wasn't super yellow or as yellow as I've seen some 613 hair, so I was kind of going back and forth with whether I wanted to just wear it as is or do the watercolor method, but I was like, I bought the dye, so let's do it. So this is what the inside of the unit looks like. It is completely full lace, glueless, and you can part it anywhere throughout the unit, which is going to make it look super natural. So you can do cornrows, you can do half up, half down, you can split it down the center and do 2 pigtails. I've never had a unit like this. I've had a few that claim to be a full lace, but they'll have the tracks. This has absolutely no tracks, and as you guys can see, when I part it, it looks like scalp. So I filled this container with warm water, and I'm first pouring the pink petal dye in. I wanted to build my color up instead of just pouring all the dyes in at once and then being stuck with the color. So I poured about half of that pink petal dye in and then mixed it up with a spoon, and then I decided to go ahead and pour in the rest of that bottle. After that, I grabbed pink blush, and I only poured in a little bit of this at a time. This one was more of a fluorescent hot pink, and I didn't want this to be too red or too neon fluorescent-ish. On camera, it does come across really bright, but in person, it is a bit more muted. Blame my artificial lighting for that, but I didn't want this to be super like highlighter bright. So anyway, I added just a little bit in of that second color, violently stirred the water around, and then it was still looking a little red for my liking. So I grabbed a little bit of this 172 baby blue, just a little bit of it, to just cool that color down a bit. So this was some dye I had left over from the blue watercolor method video that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I just stirred that in, and as you guys can see, the water is turning this magenta color. So I took the unit and just laid it in that warm water and just kind of pressed it down in there to make sure the entire wig was coated. You want to make sure that you are separating the hair and moving it around a bit, so that way you won't have too many streaks. If you're going for a streakier look, you can just let the unit sit in there and dye itself, but I like mine to be more of a even tone, one tone type of color. So as you guys can see, I'm going to be kind of like moving the hair around a bit, finger combing it in the water and things like that. So the first little dye job got me this really nice rose gold pink color, but that's not what I was going for at all. I wanted more, like I said, of a Barbie pink. So I poured some of that water out just so that my hair could really be saturated with more dye. And then I added in more of that darker pink dye and a little bit more of that blue dye just to get that magenta color in the water one more time. And this time it was actually a little bit deeper than magenta. It looks more like a berry shade. So once I got that all mixed around, I took the wig and I put it in by section. So I started with the top of the unit and kind of just massaged the hair around a bit so each strand could be coated. And then I just slowly put in the rest of the unit. So that is going to give me a little bit of an ombre effect. The top of the wig is going to be more of a cooler tone pink, while the bottom is going to be more of a fluorescent pink. But looking at me in person, visually on camera, it's not that much of a noticeable difference. Maybe some of you guys noticed it was like a slight ombre, but it's not something that just kind of like, you know, sticks out. So now I'm just going through finger combing the hair, making sure that all the strands get some of that dye. Like I said, I don't want it to be streaky. I want it to be more of a one solid tone pink. So once I'm satisfied with the color, I take it out the water and then I just start brushing it out because I want to get a look of the color. I didn't know if I needed to add in more blue to cool it down a bit, but I was really happy with how it turned out. Alright you guys, so those were all the steps that I took and products that I used to achieve this beautiful Barbie pink color. If there are any other colors you guys want me to try out in the future using the watercolor method, definitely leave them down below. I know a lot of you guys said slime green, lavender, burgundy, lots of colors. So whatever color is commented the most down below is the color that I will try next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up before you go, and I will see you in my next one.